Today I'm going to tell you an interesting story about the life of Saint Thomas de Villanueva. Saint Thomas was an Augustinian priest who later became a bishop and is also the patron saint of social workers and charitable institutions. He was born around 1488 in the small town of Fuenlana in Spain, during a time when the country was deeply shaped by faith, poverty, and social change. His birth name was Tomas Garcia Martinez, and in his early life he showed great devotion to prayer and simplicity. His parents were poor and devout Christians, and they taught him to value charity, humility, and trust in God. Even as a child, he was known for giving away his own food and clothing to those poorer than himself, which manifested his natural compassion and love. As he grew older, he showed remarkable intelligence and a love for learning. He then studied at the University of Alcalá, one of the most important centers of learning in Spain at the time. There, he excelled in philosophy and theology, where he was later offered a well-paid, prestigious teaching opportunity. Yet despite the promise of a comfortable future, he felt that something inside him was missing. In 1516, he abandoned his job and life achievements, and made a life-changing decision by joining the Order of St. Augustine. There, he embraced a life of prayer, discipline, and humility, and later he was ordained a priest. In his ministry, he became renowned for his eloquent and effective preaching in the parishes of Salamanca, for he preached with great power and compassion. He also spoke boldly against the injustices of the church and the corruption of the elite Spanish society, making him one of the most fiercest preachers of his time. Even King Charles V, who heard his sermons, once said, "This priest's words can move stones on earth." Later, King Charles nominated him as the next Archbishop of the Diocese of Granada, which he continually refused to accept. However, when his superior general received the nomination, he took it out of obedience. During his episcopacy, he brought order and reform to his diocese that had lacked clear pastoral leadership for over a century due to the corruption of previous bishops. He also visited every parish in his diocese and addressed the urgent needs of the faithful. He organized groups to feed the poor and the hungry people, which was a widespread problem in Spain at that time. He even built homes to accommodate the orphan children and homeless people, which later made him known as the father of the poor because of his compassionate and generous heart. He was also often seen walking on the streets giving alms to the poor, food to those who are starving, and comforting those in need. On September 8, 1555, he happily passed away at the age of 67 years old. His death was mourned by countless people whose lives he had touched through kindness, generosity, and faith. Today, the remains of his body are preserved inside the Cathedral of Valencia in Spain. He is also venerated as the patron saint of social workers and charitable institutions, and his feast day is celebrated every 22nd of September. If you like stories like this, support us, follow, like, and subscribe.